You've probably come across this chart before. Maybe it was on a training site, in a book, or perhaps someone showed it to you on their phone at the table. Most players glance at it to determine which hands to play. But that's a misunderstanding. Let me clarify what this chart truly represents and explain why using the current version might be costing you money. In Texas Hold'em, there are 169 starting hands. These cover every possible two-card combination, neatly organized into a 13 by 13 grid. The diagonal of this grid showcases pairs, ranging from aces down to deuces. If you look above the diagonal, you'll find suited hands. These same suit combinations carry a higher implied value. Meanwhile, below the diagonal lies the offsuit hands. Offsuit hands come with two different suits, making them weaker in terms of post-flop playability. When a hand is highlighted on this chart, it signals a play. If it's not highlighted, it's a fold. That's just the surface of it. What truly matters is which hands are highlighted and why. For over a decade, serious poker training has revolved around one primary framework: Game Theory Optimal, or GTO. The concept is quite elegant. A solver executes billions of iterations against itself, discovering a strategy that remains unexploitable. No matter how your opponent plays, a GTO range ensures you break even or come out ahead. This is a significant mathematical feat. When facing a world-class opponent who's also employing GTO, it's the right strategy. However, there's a key assumption here, that your opponent plays perfectly, too. It assumes that no one has exploitable tendencies and that the main goal is to avoid losing. This makes it a defensive framework. However, it doesn't focus on maximizing profits. At live tables like 1-3, 2-5, or 5-10 games, your opponents aren't playing GTO. They have certain weaknesses. They might call too much, fold too often, or bluff at the wrong times. If you play a balanced range against an unbalanced opponent, you're leaving money behind with every hand. RangeIQ doesn't just offer one chart. It provides a distinct chart for each opponent you face. Starting from a solid baseline with sound preflop fundamentals and position-aware width, it then adapts based on math-driven sizing. For instance, against a nit opponent, you can widen your steals and tighten your calls. This player folds too much, so you can exploit that tendency. If they play back, it's usually with a premium hand, so trust them then. When playing against a calling station, avoid bluffing and instead go for thin value bets. They tend to call too much, so you can leverage that to your advantage. Against a maniac opponent, tighten your calls and trap with strong hands. These players bluff excessively, so you can exploit their betting frequency. It's the same grid for 9 different opponents, and thus 9 different ranges. That's the true utility of the chart. It's not about providing a static answer, but rather a dynamic tool that adapts to the player in front of you. GTO provides the foundational baseline. It's the floor you don't want to fall below. Exploitative play represents the ceiling, showing you how to genuinely win money at live stakes. RangeIQ was developed for the actual games you're playing, not some theoretical matchup against perfect opponents. You can try RangeIQ for free at rangeIQpoker.com and see how your range stacks up against the player opposite you. RangeIQ is the exploit.